Now we just wait for all the little red flag. Oh, no. No red flags.
Welcome to the Talkin Moto podcast.
Presented by ScottKingDesigns.com. Hosted by Jeff Klein.
Pretty sure she gets a lot of comments about how effing hot she is, so she's probably tired of him.
Jason Place.
But
Well, you kind of had to suspect that that's what was going on anyway.
And SKD. Oh, I hope we don't lose everything. I'm gonna feel like a jackass. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Talkin Moto podcast. July 21st, 2014. Millville's done and over. Me and Jason we only went up that damn hill once, and that was enough, but we'll get to that later. Gotta thank everyone that's helping us out. Plainview Power Sports, Northland MX, Pro Action by FTM, MB1 Suspension, Motokazi, Black Diamond MX, Hardlined MX, Minnesota District 23, The Bicycle Works, The Open Mic Podcast, The Damn Bait Shop, and Scott King Designs.
Yeah.
I'm going to need another summer shandy after that one.
I'll crack one open. Here, I'll crack one open with you.
Nice. Is it a summer shandy?
No, it is not. I can't afford that stuff.
The six pack that'll last me about a month. So
Well, there you go. I had a slight hangover after the beer I drank on Friday night, I guess that was. And by the beer, I mean the beer. One beer. It might have been that or the only getting 3 hours of sleep.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, we didn't plan that out very well, did we?
No, we really didn't.
But yeah, I made the trip up from Milwaukee Friday night, which I'm glad I did come up because that would have been just a pain in the ass drive in the morning again. So, yep, me and Jason, we were weeding stickers out and drinking a beer.
A beer.
Hey, beer.
We had our own separate beers, but
That's all we had.
yeah.
But
Lightweights.
But pretty cool. Sean Hamlin's coming on. We'll get him on here in a little bit. So see what he's been up to and what he's got going on now. And yeah, guys got to keep liking us on Facebook. Facebook.com/Talkin Moto. Starting to get a little action on the Twitter side. So at Talkin Moto and Instagram at Talkin Moto Podcast. That's
What is this crap?
What?
Oh,
Is computer breaking?
won't let me into the chat room.
I was having that problem last week. I think I had to close it or refresh it or something. It was being retarded. But,
Being dumb. Being very, very dumb.
hey, you're in. Jason.
Now I'm in.
Well, okay, so Eli Tomac obviously didn't get the memo that Ryan Dungey was supposed to win. So, and same with
He was busy.
Yeah, Cooper Webb, he must, they're in the same semi. You think they'd get the same notes, but obviously he's not good at following directions. But?
He had to be spoiler.
Yeah. I don't know who's all in the chat. What, did you hear anyone else talk about how steep that hill was?
That's all anybody's talking about.
Oh, I'll admit, I haven't really watched anything. I watched about 5 minutes of the first moto of 450s and probably 10, 15 of the second moto, and that's all I caught. And tonight when I'm watching that second one, it's like I see him, going up that section, and I just started shaking my head. I'm like, it doesn't even look anything like what it is when you're standing right there and you can barely freaking stand. So
Yeah, it doesn't even come close to doing it justice.
ooh.
You know it's bad when people are down on all fours so they can climb the hill.
Yeah, that was we definitely lucked out by going up the left side first.
Yeah, definitely.
But now Chris said he watched people fall. I bet you there's a lot of people that ate it coming. Ooh, I guess I'd rather fall going up than come down a little hot and lose your footing, and then I think things could get out of control rather quickly.
Yeah, one would think. It was vicious.
Well, there was no rain, and if you were up there and it started raining, I think you'd be trapped. I don't know how you'd get down.
Well, only going to be one way down, and that was going to be to slide down.
On your face.
That's how people got down in '06 when it rained on the hill over there on the grass hill. 'Cause you couldn't hardly walk up the grass hill because it was so slippery. So they just slide down it. Someone had like a little mud trench going, so you could just slide down on your belly.
I considered sliding down that hill, even though there wasn't any water on it.
That might be painful.
I literally hung onto the fence all the way down.
Nothing wrong with that. I took the coward route too. I hit the tree, and then I went over and I grabbed the fence, and yep, nice and easy. Especially since my my one ankle doesn't move more than 5 degrees, so
I know that feeling. and I was wearing my old Etnies that are 10 years old and completely worn out and shot and no grip, and yeah, it was ugly, but it was a good time.
I don't know if this is even possible, and if anyone's listening that has any pull and can make this happen, I'd like to see a tunnel that you could go from one side to the other. Does that make sense? So you don't have to go all the way up, or if you go up like the Chatapult side, you could climb up that hill and then walk through the tunnel and get over to that other side.
Yeah, that would take kind of quite the engineering feat, I think, to get a tunnel in right there.
You think so?
A bridge would be easier.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that happen.
Damn.
I'd go over it.
Yeah.
I want a tunnel.
I'm already impressed with how nicely done that all was. I mean, when you think about the way it was before, I mean, they did some major work cutting that section in there like they did. It was awesome.
Yeah. So awesome, we only went up it once.
Yeah. I mean, even just the work alone to go from amateur day where they had, the cutoff, and on Sunday or Saturday you couldn't even see it. You couldn't even tell where that cutoff was. I still wasn't exactly sure where it was until I saw pictures of it.
Yeah, you know what? You're totally right. I didn't even think about that. Where did they do the second double, or did they not even do that section?
Well, where it basically cut off right before the second double. Where that big Red Bull thing was. I think it was Red Bull. Maybe it was Lucas Oil. I don't know. There was that big sign up over the track.
Okay.
Going up the hill, they cut off right before that and then went straight across.
Nice.
MX Matt has a pretty good pick of it from the air.
Getting up. Kids, he's got one of those hoopty bobs, right? Goes up.
I don't think that's the technical term for it, but yeah, he's got one of them.
Matt's got a hoopty bob.
Hoopty bob.
Cool. Jeff, you didn't make it, right?
Correct.
Did you get to see any action on the television?
I watched it all.
He probably saw more than we did.
Probably. Yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling. It's like it just seemed like we were there, but yeah, you only can see what's in front of you, and 20 minutes in, it's nothing but bikes zinging around, and I don't know who's where or, who's in what spot. You kind
I
of
thought
know.
I was doing a pretty good job of keeping track of like the top 5 in every moto, but once it got past them, it was too tough to try to keep up.
Right. What did you think, Jeff?
I don't know. It was a good race, I guess. It wasn't. I thought the Tomac and Roxon battle was unreal when they were battling. I think it was that first moto when Eli got around him and Kenny. Like, it looked like Kenny did absolutely not want him to beat him because the way they came down the downhill. You'll probably have to watch on TV, but like coming down after the new section, going down that, because that's where Tomac passed him, was at the top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny like wheelied over braking bumps and just launched the downhill. Like, he was absolutely not going to be denied, and I thought he was going to get all like sketchy because he was just hauling, way faster than anyone had gone through that section. And then he wheelies over the braking bumps and sets the front tire down like right into the face of that little flyaway jump going down the hill. It was pretty cool. And then they come down to the bottom of the hill and almost touch. It was pretty good back and forth for a couple minutes there, but after that I was kind of bummed that he let him go and settled for second. But probably a smart thing to do.
Tomac was on it. He's kicked ass.
Where did he come from? I mean, it was just like, seriously? I mean, I actually, first moto, I was like, who's number 3?
I don't even. What is this, like his third race back? Is that right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't quite remember. Yeah, he's getting it done.
One thing that really ticked me off, I don't know if you guys haven't watched the TV coverage of it yet, obviously, but in the second 250 moto, they went to commercial break with 14 minutes left to go in the moto, and they came back with 2 laps to go. So they skipped 14 minutes of racing in the second moto.
I think I might know why.
Why?
Is that because of the red flag?
No, you're talking
No.
250 moto, right?
250s, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
see,
We never saw the red flag restart on the TV broadcast of the 450s. They didn't show it.
We never saw it either. We were too busy getting turkey legs,
no,
which was a horrible idea.
poor turkeys.
But damn, they were good.
No, I think what I had heard was, because I set it to record myself, and then there was something was it a race that got rained out, or IndyCar or something?
Yeah, there was some IndyCar stuff that was going on before it.
So I wonder if they just didn't crop it to make it fit. Does that make any sense?
That might make sense.
Yeah, but that doesn't... Why can't they just run long like everyone else does? Why can't they just crop the infomercials that play at 3 in the morning?
Because no one... I don't know.
Because those people pay for it.
I was just pissed when that happened, but...
It's like I was listening to...
I'm not even sure I know how the second moto ended. Cooper Webb won, right? Second moto?
Yep. Cooper Webb, Martin, and...
But Martin got the overall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Cooper had a bad first moto, yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that don't know how the second moto ended, because I'm pretty sure me and Scott were the only 2 people left in that place.
Yeah, a lot of people left early.
Oh, it was insane, the people that were leaving after the second 450 moto.
I was shocked by the crowds they were showing on TV. I don't know how you guys felt the crowd was, but it's absolutely massive on TV.
There were so many friggin' people there, it was insane.
I don't... Yeah, like they were talking about that today. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like, yeah, that there was a lot of people, but like it didn't seem like, shoulder to shoulder.
Well, it seemed to me like there was a lot of people there, but nobody was watching the races.
That happens every year, I
There was
think.
an awful lot of standing around and bullshitting. which is what we did.
Tagging people's umbrellas.
Well, that's one of the things I don't really like about going to the races is that you only get to see whatever part of the track that you are looking at the time because you can never see the whole thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I always want to see the sand whoops there, but then you know that's the worst place to watch because you see one tiny section and none of the rest of the track. The hill is the best place to watch, and then you don't get to see the whoops or like the camelback jump and that uphill triple. But it's just my thoughts on it were it was with the TV coverage you get to watch the entire race and from the air conditioning.
Well, it's like I said, I didn't go there necessarily to watch the races. I guess I went because it was the place to be, and it was, I mean, obviously you know that you're not going to see everything. So yeah, if you feel that way, I completely understand why you wouldn't make the trip. But just the environment was so much fun. I think it's funny how, you know, we go there, and between me and Scott and Cripes, we were running into somebody we knew every 2 or 3 minutes.
Uh-oh.
I don't know anyone, so I never have.
Which also caused us to miss most of the second 450 moto because we were standing at Clayton's.
Mingling.
I did see a lot of local guys made it in, which is cool.
Those are probably some of the funnest races of the weekend, were those Conci races. Those were a lot of fun to watch. And probably most of it was because there were so many local guys in them, but they were definitely entertaining.
You guys ready? Jason, hang
What do
on.
you-
I'm getting a defibrillator.
Is he going to answer? No pressure. Oh,
What the
gosh.
hell's happening right now?
Hello.
Hey, Sean. Welcome to Talkin' Moto. How's it going?
How's it going, guys?
Recovery day.
How are you all? Recovery day? Come on, man.
Recovery.
It's only Monday. Quit that. You guys should be all charged and ready to go. It was a good weekend.
It was a good weekend, but still recovering.
It's been a long weekend.
I guess I should have been on your guys' program then.
Hey, this is the spot to be right here.
Never a bad thing back east.
What's that?
Never a bad thing back east there. And where are you guys at? You guys are Wisconsin or Minnesota?
Well, I'm in Wisconsin. Jason and Jeff, they're in Minnesota.
Little
Okay.
from
All
column
right.
A, little from column B.
All right. I've got some family from Springfield, Minnesota, and then I'm thinking Madison, Wisconsin. So, yeah.
Drove through there this weekend.
Oh, nice.
But, so what the heck have you been up to?
Not too much other than training my kids here in California and then trying to get better at golf.
Which, Andy says you're pretty darn good at golf.
Some days. Others, not so much. You know, it's just like riding a dirt bike. Some days everybody likes it, and other days you just kind of, it's just not feeling it, you know? It goes in
much
the
how it
same
goes.
waves. Goes in the same waves, but yeah, it's fun, man. Keeps me occupied, I guess.
Another name to add to the Talkin' Moto golf tournament list.
There you go. I'd be into that.
Now we just got to find some funding.
Yeah, exactly.
Either that or have one out here. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's why we need funding. If we're gonna come out there,
Even better.
we're poor.
That's what I was talking to Andy today. I go, all right, dude, we're coming out there, and you guys are gonna have to show us a good time. And I was telling that to Jason, and he's like, yeah, we gotta get some money riled up first, but be fun though.
Well, definitely never a bad time. Never a bad time in California, that's for damn sure. I can tell you that. The weather hasn't been obviously the worst. So, mid-90s every day and sunny, so we can't complain, right?
I was gonna say it just quit snowing out here.
Yeah, I think we've gotten like 2 or 3 days of rain so far this year, so that's what we're up against.
Ugh.
That is what we're dealing with, which I wouldn't mind having a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow. It wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah, I've never been that far. Well, we went to Seattle this year for the Supercross. So I guess that's pretty far west, but I've never been to California.
Well, you went as far west as you can go. You just didn't go south.
Right.
You went the wrong way, Scott.
Yeah, I always,
He went from cold to rainy.
Exactly.
Dude, it never rained there. We were there like 5 days. Not a drop of rain. It was gorgeous.
No, you know what? Seattle is one of my better favorite big cities. I'm not like a big city person, but as far as Seattle goes, I got the chance of seeing it earlier this year, and it's really nice.
No, for sure. It was, I kind of thought that they would have the same climate as, Wisconsin, Minnesota, but yeah, it was different. I don't know if it's the mountains messing things up or what, but yeah, it was awesome. Kind of that was April, so shorts and a hoodie, and it was perfect. So my kind of weather.
No, it's definitely, we've had a very mild winter around the West Coast this year. Very, very mild.
Oh, excuse me. So, who are you training for? You got any up-and-coming amateur guys, or are you just training anyone, or?
You know what? I've kind of got a little bit of everything. I've got one kid that's racing Ponca and Loretta's, and then I have two guys that race the outdoors, one in small bike and one in big bike. And then I actually have quite a contingent of Canadians as well. Obviously, that's kind of where I jump-started my career, so a lot of the clientele that comes down from, snow season ends up being them, but also, too, I've been going up there and I help out with a lot of their the grassroots program and their Arena Cross series, so we tried to help grow that over the season, which helped out a lot, so it kind of keeps me busy. I've got a lot of those kids as well as my Americans, so it's always a busy time of the season for me.
Cool. Sorry, mother. Oh, my gosh. We got family coming in. Oh, boy.
Oh, even better.
I'm working down here.
Now it's a party.
Yeah. Not a good party, though. No, just kidding. Sorry. It has been a scatterbrained day. I don't know. Well, I don't know if we want to talk about this, but you can go with it if you want. Like, I called you last week, and I didn't know and I didn't get a hold of you.
Uh-huh.
And it's just been nuts with what I got, work-wise, and then traveling up to Minnesota this weekend. It's just been nuts. And Andy texts me. He's like, "Hey, did you get a hold of Sean?" And I'm like, "I haven't heard back." And he goes, "Dude, he's in." And I'm like, "Oh man." So I'm trying to throw something together on Instagram and doing all that stuff. So, but it's cool. Thanks for coming on.
No, definitely. I literally, like I said, I have family that's in Wisconsin, and I have a grandmother that I haven't talked to, and oh man, I think since I got married, and I've been divorced since then, so that's how much it goes to show you how much I talk to her. So, literally, like 2 days before you guys had called, I had gotten a call from Wisconsin. I hadn't even listened to the message or anything, but my mom had told me about my grandma calling and this and that, and I literally hadn't even gotten to the voicemail. So you guys have not identical numbers, but coming from Wisconsin, I just glanced at it or whatever, and I hadn't even gotten to it yet, so I was like, oh, okay. And then when I got a text from Andrew today, he's like, "Hey, man, you still on?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, for sure." He's like, "Well, did they ever get in touch with you?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I haven't talked to anybody yet, but I also haven't listened to my voicemail, so that doesn't really help now, does it?" He's like, "Well, yeah, they'll be calling from a Minnesota or Wisconsin number." So I was like, "Well, then that explains it." So there you go. Shows how much I get back to people or how much I check my voicemails, right?
That's all right. It's all good.
Literally been busy as well. I've got literally the kids left. One of them left last week for Ponca, and then obviously getting all the other ones ready for Washougal, and then they had Millville last week. So yeah, obviously still staying pretty busy, but yeah, scatterbrained more or less.
Are you keep up on the racing, or?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I don't watch it as religiously as one may think. More or less for studying purposes, like just for me, but also too, I mean, it's just different now. I raced for, 20 odd years, 21 years. So I guess now it's kind of time to take a little bit of a step back and see where I can help others and dissect things a little bit differently rather than thinking for myself.
Cool. Are you gonna make that trip to Loretta's or?
Yeah, actually, I fly out next Saturday. I end up going up there, so I'll be there for the majority of the week, and then I got to fly back for a wedding.
Cool.
Yeah, so end up being out there. That'll be the first time I've been back since, well, last time I raced it was 99, and last time I was actually there was 2003. Not a bad. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a little while, but I know it hasn't changed that much. I know a lot more of the, I guess the stage has been bigger now that they have the TV package and all that stuff for all the kids and whatnot, so that helps out. But, just kind of looking forward to seeing all the little rugrats that are going fast these days,
Oh, that's, that we went to, Jason tried qualifying for Mount Carroll, so just a regional, and yeah, that's the cool part for me. I just went down to watch, and, for the most part, it's full gates of guys, and for us, we kind of, it's pretty rare that you get a big turnout, so, and then you get guys from, several states away, and yeah, there's definitely a lot of good guys and young guys, like you said, that are hauling the mail.
No, a lot of good guys that go fast. I mean, locally we've had quite a few. California's always known for it, but I know in the later years, I know a lot of the other states are starting to catch up, and obviously Florida's always got a lot of fast kids. So, looking forward to seeing who all is out there. What kids are kind of making a mark, and then the other ones that aren't expected to do well that do, I guess those are the underdogs that I look forward to seeing. Kind of the way that I always was, whether it was amateur or pro.
Rooting for the little guy.
Everybody loves an underdog.
Always, always. The guys that aren't expected to do well, for sure.
Well, speaking of guys that aren't expected to do well, I don't know how much you've been paying attention. Obviously this weekend, Dungy from Belle Plaine, the Martins from, right at the track. Do you buy into that being an advantage or disadvantage, or what would your take on that be?
I mean, I think it goes half a dozen in one and six in the other. I feel like being at Glen Helen was always my local race, right? So I always felt like I had extra energy, but also you kind of had to rise to the occasion because it was expected. But also you had the thought of knowing that this is your hometown race for the most part, and Glen Helen was somewhat of a backyard track for me. So I always, even though Glen Helen, the national, is way different than a practice day or even a local race day, it's more or less the thought process is there, and the positive, I guess, positive thoughts are always in the back of your head. So that always plays, I'd say, a little bit better. But also, too, I think I left Glen Helen a couple times on a stretcher, so that goes to tell you how much that works as well.
You.
Yeah, so it's up and down. It's one of those things where I know, even with Ryan expecting to win last week and then Eli coming out and doing what he did, I think still, he rode the way that he expected to, just didn't win. Some of those guys put a little bit more pressure on themselves being at home, having more fans and whatnot. But for the most part, I think those guys now know how to ride with that kind of pressure every day,
Right. Yeah, I tried.
I don't think it changes.
I tried doing a little blog thing this last week, and that's kind of what I wrote in there. Like, I think anyone that expects them to go 1-1, I think is, as much as I want it to happen, I think is kind of, to expect it. I don't think so, and I think I had even written that, anything on the podium I think would be awesome, so wasn't too far off. Obviously, Jeremy got the overall, and Dungy ended up second overall, I think.
Yeah, ended up going 3-2.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yep.
3-2.
Because then Roxon went 2-4 for third. Yeah, that's right.
You got it. Cool.
It's more attention.
Keep up enough, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and get another beer if you just wanna keep it going. But
Even better, man. I'm pulling up to my house right now, so I'm going to grab myself one.
I already drank one. This
Coors
is
Original, okay?
Ooh,
Boy.
nice.
Coors OGs. I got to keep the weight on.
Gotta keep up that golfer physique.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, it's not hard to fill that stuff out when you're lazy, right?
That's right.
See, I still have to walk for 3 or 4 miles, even 6 a day at the track, and then I get to go golf. So that's the indulgence. When I get home, I get to get my calorie intake right.
There you go.
Going with a lightweight, high rep workout.
I call it a workout. I mean, it's in between, but, some people will dispute the fact.
I'm getting scatterbrained.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
There we go.
nice.
There, I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It tastes better than it sounded, I promise. Oh,
Now I'm thirsty.
once it hits your lips. Oh, too much. So what else you guys get up to back there then?
Nothing.
Oh, you
Much,
know.
much snowmobiling or no?
No.
No snowmobiling. Okay, that's not a bad thing.
Can't
I'm
afford
not a
it.
big fan of the cold either, so don't worry.
Yeah. I basically sit inside all winter and wait for it to be nice out. That's basically how winter goes for me.
Oh, well, you're gonna have to change that job up, buddy, and come west.
I should probably do that one of these days.
No, yeah, nothing too exciting. Used to try snowboarding. I haven't even had time to do that. The ice
Oh
fishing.
man.
So,
Okay, the fishing part I like. I dig that.
no.
The ice fishing part, yeah, I got a couple buddies that do that on Lake Ontario. Sit there for like 2 or 3 days and get just really, really drunk and stare into a hole in the ice.
Yep.
Sounds so
Seriously
boring.
though.
So
And
much.
then he'd come home with so much fish, but he couldn't remember how he caught them or what days he caught the amount. So it was kind of good. Good and bad, I guess.
Better fisherman than I am because I come home from ice fishing all the time with nothing.
Oh, shit. Empty cooler and no bait.
Empty cooler, empty wallet, frozen feet.
Oh, even worse. Even worse.
It's a disaster.
At least the cooler thing's bad enough. Got insult to injury, then the wallet.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have enough to go refill the cooler.
That's not fair.
It's not. It's rough, man.
It's rough, man.
Oh, sorry, man. I gotta apologize,
Any other-
man. I don't have nothing on you. It's been,
Well, what do you guys want to know?
I don't know. What? You want to give us a life story? Because you've
let's
raced
see.
for just about everybody, didn't you? And I
Yeah,
guess
yes and no.
I guess
I have. Well,
I guess what pops into my brain when I hear or see your name, right, is I'm gonna butcher the year, but it was kind of like when was it Wyndham and Pastrana when they were on what was it, the Sobe Suzuki team? And
you didn't butcher it. You got a good memory, dude.
and I don't remember what year though. One of the two was hurt, and you came in and you filled in for him, and you were killing it for a while. Is that right?
Yeah, I ended up filling in for for Travis and Kevin in 02. So it was a year that K-Dub broke his femur at Atlanta.
Okay.
So I just literally came from, well, I wouldn't say nowhere. Amateur kid, came from California, through all the amateur ranks, everything. Won Loretta's as a 125 intermediate, and then just had some issues with my parents when I was on 80s as a factory Yamaha 80 rider. And in a way, I kind of got blacklisted from any professional teams after that. So I kind of had to go about the whole racing thing a little differently, which led me to Canada in 2000. So it was the weekend I was supposed to graduate high school and walk in my cap and gown, and I chose to go race my dirt bike instead. So started my career up there in 2000, and then I won a championship in 2000, went back in 2001 in Canada, and I was really sick, didn't end up getting enough riding time, and ended up not defending the title well, and then came home to nothing. I had no ride, no nothing, and then had some friends help me out with just a 125, a YZ at the time, and ended up kind of going from there. Did a little test day with the Suzuki guys for Travis, and then I had to race the first 2 nationals, and then which one of them I had to be inside the top 10 in order to get like a 2-weekend tryout, and then the rest is history. I raced Glen Helen on a privateer bike that everybody kind of thought that I looked like Travis, and then when I showed up at Mount Morris the 3rd round, I really looked like Travis because I was in no fear gear and everything else, and I was number 99.
Nice.
Kind of a whirlwind of a quick story, but yeah.
No?
I feel like I've known you forever.
Right?
So what, well, now you've ridden, you were on Yamaha, and what was the Rockstar Suzuki, right? Then
Yeah, that was '06. So I did '02, '03, '04 was factory Suzuki. '05, I put together my own team with Monster and Mitch at Pro Circuit. That was like the first year Monster came out. And then I went to Europe for '05 was Monster County. '06 was Rockstar Suzuki. '07 I went to Europe for the year and did all the World GPs. And then '08 end of '07 I came home, and then '08 raced outdoors and started out as a privateer again, and then filled in for Langston, Hepler, and was teammates with Hill at Factory Yamaha.
cool. How how is it racing overseas? Completely different, or just?
I would say, to be honest, it would have been nice to have 2 years, as weird as that sounds. As much as I didn't last over there for that long, but I just feel like getting used to everything, mainly just not the consistencies that we have here in the States, as well as just the way that they prep the tracks, the things to expect, just period. The way the series is run, the way that you've got to, get used to putting in time qualifying the way that they do. Those guys go fast right out of the gate. Not saying we don't, but as far as Americans go, our race pace is a little bit higher and a lot more intense straight out of the gate and all the way through the moto, whereas in Europe things tend to spread out a little bit more, and only a few guys kind of have that blasting speed, that kind of frightening speed, whereas in the U.S. there's 5, 6, 7 of those guys. So I enjoyed every minute of it, though. It was fun. I got to do the British Championship on the off weekends, which was cool. So I got to see all of England, got to see all of Europe. So couldn't really complain too much.
Been to Iowa a couple times.
Yeah, not a bad place. Iowa's not too bad. I mean, it's better than Delaware.
I can definitely see what you mean by wanting to get a second season, and I got to believe that's true, that the first season you're just so overwhelmed by getting used to everything and figuring out how things are run. I got a feeling that second season you'd be able to do a lot better.
Well, it's not like the U.S., I mean, as much as from east to west and west to east we're, demographically different, we're pretty similar, you know what I'm saying? We still see the same speed limits, we still see the same speed signs, we see everything in English, for one, but two, it's just a culture shock,
Mm-hmm.
It's not just going from California to Oregon or California to Colorado. You're going full, you're changing full, language barriers and everything else to go along with it. So that kind of gap definitely plays into the fact of racing and, getting around more or less too.
I could definitely see that. I don't think I could do it, honestly. And I feel the same way about the guys that, come over here from all over the world to race. It's like, man, to make that jump, to come over here is pretty impressive.
I definitely, it is very impressive for anybody to go somewhere where they're not from originally. But I will say, with anybody having the dream in mind, it's a lot easier to go from Europe to here than here to Europe. You know, you've only got one language to learn rather than 10 of them. And on top of that, as far as the teams and stuff, I'd say everybody takes you around and shows you everything. You know what I mean? Not one part of the team is only based in one area. You know, I mean, look at all the mechanics. I mean, look at Jade Dungy, for crying out loud. He's from Minnesota. Then the other guys that work on the team, some of them are from California. A couple other guys from Kentucky. Another guy from Florida. You know what I mean? Demographically, it's a little bit more broad. As far as when you go to Europe, a lot of the teams that you ride for, the team that I rode for was England. You know, from England, so English based. Not anybody spoke Belgian, French, Italian, Spanish. So anytime we would go test or anything, you know, things were different, you know, so certain things just wouldn't be as easy, you know, things just don't fall in line. Like when you fly into, you know, Redbud, you fly into Chicago and you drive down the, you know, whatever highway that is. A little bit different when you fly into little smaller airports there in Europe, and you got to kind of find your way around on little goat trail streets. It was definitely different. I enjoyed every minute of it, but I definitely would say it's a lot easier for them to come this way than us to go that way.
I can definitely see that side of it too.
Well, they grow up
it
traveling also as kids, right? They travel from country to country to country and become bilingual. They, you know, I'm not saying that I didn't learn Spanish in high school, but you really think that, one, I remember it, or two, I speak it on a daily basis? You know, those kids were traveling week in and week out. You know, Belgium, Holland, Luxembourg, going to Italy, going to France, going to Spain, you know what I mean? It all adds up, and it all helps to become a little bit more of a world or well-traveled person, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And mainly taking on challenges that are foreign. If you're comfortable with taking on those tasks and challenges a little bit more single-handedly and not, I guess, relying on others to help you, then therefore that's why I feel those kids come over here and do well also. You know, I think a little bit more on that side of it, they're mentally stronger. They're able to just literally come here for themselves. They're not here for anybody else but themselves and them only, you know. Kind of cool.
Did you happen to hear what happened to Hurlings over the weekend?
Mm-hmm. No, so I take it he's not coming to Dilla now.
No, not gonna make it.
No Dilla, he's out. Oh, shame.
From what I haven't read too much on it, but what I did read, I'm guessing he must have been on like a pit bike, maybe, or a
85.
An 85. All right, Jeff probably read the same article then, but yeah, I heard he broke his femur or something.
Shut up.
On an 85?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Not at that Everton Friends thing. Please don't tell me.
Yep, it was at his buddy's thing.
Not at the Everton Friends race. That would suck.
That's where it was.
That would be the biggest bummer ever. Oh my God.
Well, it happened.
Wow.
So does that mean that he's still mathematically out of the championship, or in it still for the next two world title?
He had to gain 5 points on Tixier this weekend in order to...
5 more points.
So if
No
Tixier
way.
goes out, he could probably still get the title, but...
Also, Tixier's got to be able to put in some pretty good results
Yeah, but I think
consistently to match him.
I should look at that, but I wonder if Tixier has to win out in order to take the title.
That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Which is kind of unobtainable by the looks of it, you know?
Yeah.
By the way things have been going, at least. Well, let's be honest, right? Call a spade a spade.
I can't remember what race I was watching, but man, I was just having a blast because the guy doing the announcing was just, you know, what they say over there obviously is different than what they say over here, you know, and he's just like, that guy's all over him like a dog in heat or something like that, you know. Like, just, but
a little bit more random over there for sure.
Hey, how your buddies with Langston, right?
Yeah, really close actually.
You should you'll have to hit him up and see if he remembers any of these Talkin Moto podcast guys. So
Well, I'll hit him up later tonight. How's that sound?
cool. Yeah, because we were, me and Jason were in the pits, and it was really cool. Like, he was kind of busy. I think from what I got today, that Reed was kind of messing with his rental car. And
Oh, shocker.
so, like, me and Jason walked by, and he's like, dude, that's Langston. And I'm like, should we talk to him, And it's like, we're just kind of getting going with this podcast. So it's like, I want to talk to everybody, but, like, I don't want to, be that guy and, kind of piss him off either. And I'm like, let's talk to him, And so he was really busy, but, I mean, he took our card and, kind of stopped for a minute and talked to us. So I thought that was pretty cool. He could have pretty easily just kind of blown us off, but yeah, you'll have to hit him up for us.
No, GL's a very talkative person. He's very personable. He's very approachable. How's that sound? You don't ever have to worry about approaching him and him not being talkative. So definitely one of the more, he won't shut up, kind of like me, obviously.
Perfect.
He was super cool. He even said, I don't want to blow you guys off, but I got to be in the tower in 10 minutes. It's like, yeah, go.
Yeah, he. Otherwise, trust me, he would have sat there and talked your ear off. Trust me there. So yeah, it's always the GL way. Especially once you get them talking about any old stories. Yeah, you're in for a good 2 or 3 beers.
Nice.
Awesome.
I have to get a cooler down here.
There you go.
It's never a bad thing either.
Because, we ran
Reinforcement.
we didn't run into, but Mike LaRocco was up on the hill, and, like, I'm like,
I've never
dude,
been more embarrassed.
yeah, like, dude, that's Mike. We should go talk to him. And then, like, we stood by him. We never said anything, and then we just walked away.
Well, he gave me this. I walk up to the fence, and I stand right next to him. He gives me this look like, great, what the hell?
What do these guys want? Not now.
Yeah, he's got the headset on. He's obviously busy, so I don't want to bug him, but the look he gave me was pretty damn funny.
I always remember being in, like, staging or whatnot, and obviously I'm pretty chatty Cathy, and I was 19 the year that I obviously went racing for a Suzuki, so I wasn't exactly young, but I wasn't exactly old either, and still remember clear as day. Pretty much in staging every weekend, I'm like the chatty Cathy, bouncing around, hyper OCD, ADD kid, and literally he's there just straight-faced, won't even crack a smile at all. I'm just like, wow, this guy means business. Here I am, obviously nervous to ride with these guys and race with them, and that's kind of why I guess I was that talkative at the time, but yeah, still remember that clear as day. Good old The Rock, always just mean mugging. Always just straight face. Did not want to fuck with that guy.
Maybe you need
Yeah, he was definitely all business on Saturday.
Yeah, and nothing's changed, trust me there. He probably still feels the same when he shows up on race day, too.
But no, I think that was a pretty good time, though. I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think Millville looked one of the best tracks on the circuit this weekend or of the year so far. Obviously, Redbud's always one of the better ones, but yeah, I think the Martin family stepped their game up big.
Yeah, they definitely did. They put so much work into that place. It's unbelievable. I mean,
Seriously,
from a guy who goes there a few times a year, to showing up there on Saturday morning and walking up to the track at 7:30 in the morning when we got there, it was just like, oh my god, it was a completely different place.
Like shock and awe pretty much too, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's nice though, always cool too to see somebody actually putting a bit more money in than what you see them pretty much taking from. Yeah, we all know that these people don't put these races on to lose money, they do it to make it, so it's kind of nice from somebody that's been a previous racer to see somebody actually infuse more money back into it rather than their own pocket and have the facility still look like shit. It is kind of sad. I will say that is a huge difference as far as the U.S. to Europe goes, is the facilities. Facilities in Europe were tenfold better on a consistent basis because they had to uphold a certain standard. Almost like F1, almost like MotoGP. It's kind of how they're trying to mirror it in a sense, right?
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah. and it looks good. Like, instead of walking through the pits where all the mechanics are able to wash bikes and you walk through all the water and the mud and all the BS, there's bike wash bay area, and if you wash your bike anything outside of that, you get disqualified.
Oh.
Like, it's kind of nice. It's actually quite nice. It really is. So, I mean, yeah, just it keeps everything a little bit more contained, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's not like the fans and stuff still can't go and see the bikes. It's just literally there's a bike wash bay area that you have to go and hook up a power washer every weekend and, yeah, go through the motions.
I'll ask you, since obviously you've raced, and Jason, you guys have no idea I'm even going to ask this one. Or, no, maybe Jason does. We're watching, right? And obviously the Moto's 30 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Would you think, like, to me watching, it's like it hit that 20-minute mark, and then that was about it, you know? Do you think, or did they ever used to be like 20 plus 2?
To be honest, I don't ever remember. I mean, obviously you're going to have every fucking old dude in the history of mankind call you a sissy and say that this is a man sport, so they need to go, 60 minutes plus, obviously mandatory fill up and yada yada. But I think, to get a little bit more on the viewership side, go down to a 20-minute, but do 3 of them. Do 3 20s. It's kind of what they did the year that the Des Nations faltered and got canceled, and it had to be the World Cup. We ended up doing, I believe, because, I ended up doing that race, which was a little odd, but we ended up doing, I believe, 3 25-minute motos or 3 20 plus 2s. I can't remember exactly, but it ended up being really tight, close racing because, obviously it didn't take all that much energy, but also, too, you had to be on your game in order to go to the front. So kind of point being is, obviously the fast will stay at the top, and, you'll have a couple guys peter out because they, obviously, no pun intended, and obviously my wording is a little off, but they blow their wad a little soon and they're done. You know what I mean? They can't kind of contain their energy or their focus, and that's it. So, but I agree with you. 20 minutes, or even, I guess when they do the 15-minute Geico Gecko thing, it gets a little, like, at that point, it's a little too spread out, 20 is obviously a half lap behind, and 5th and 6th are kind of creeping up on the 30-second mark back, or 20-second mark back, whatever.
Yeah, because
not like anybody's going to make a huge charge to the front at that point,
Right, I guess right now the only person that I really could see benefiting would be like, Baggett, he seems to really be pushing all the way through, but like for the most part it's like after 20 minutes it's like I just see guys kind of riding around. Obviously, like the front guys, Tomac and Roxon, they battled for a while, but yeah, everywhere else it's just people.
It seemed like there was a lull, like it was a flat spot in the race, but yet there was still somewhat racing. Yeah, that's how it is in Europe because it's 35 plus 2, right? Pretty much a 40-minute moto. So same thing. Those guys, you'd come up on a few of them that either would start really well or just didn't have it or whatnot. And at about 25, they're petering out. Luckily, being the fitter guy, it would work into your favor, but also too, some of those other guys that do have that blasting speed, I don't feel like they should be reprimanded for it just because maybe they don't have the all-out fitness, but I guess then again, that's why we have Supercross and that's why we have outdoors.
Right. I don't know.
With Supercross, I think, like, if anything, Supercross needs to go to more laps. I think for the big boys, 25 lap mains, they're under a minute lap times. So you're telling me that for 20 minutes of showtime, or less than 20 minutes of showtime, like for the main attraction, that's a lot. People go to frickin' baseball games for like 4 hours and watch grass grow. That's not fun. But yet they do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be a way that you've got to keep the entertainment value as well as the focus on the show,
right.
And on the front guys, or even if that means, well, I think this year, with that being said, outdoor lap times have cut down quite a bit due to TV times and TV slotting. That way it doesn't seem like these dudes aren't doing enough laps and people can't see the track, you know what I mean, consistently enough over and over again.
Yeah,
you guys remember, right? Glen Helen used to be over 3-minute lap times.
Wow.
Yeah, like back when the men were men. Just kidding. But being honest, yeah, it was like 3-minute plus lap times. That place was so far, like such a long, far track. You know what I mean? You started literally at the front gate almost, where you sign in, and you went all the way back, meandered all the way halfway to the amphitheater, the little Glen Helen Pavilion thing. There's a little fire road that runs back there, and we do, obviously, when they hooked on REM, that was even longer. So, yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. If that's 3 minutes at a pro level, that'd be like a 20-minute moto or 20-minute lap for myself.
Gotta give yourself credit. I think you'd do about a 10.
No, it'd be 20.
All right, 15. Cool. Let's see. Come on, computer. Well, where can you got a website or anything?
No, man. I just literally everything's done. Everything's done by word of mouth, or find me on Facebook, obviously, something like that. Email. That's about the easiest way. I don't have business cards or anything like that. It's just kind of more or less, yeah, word of mouth.
Keeping you busy.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get into the whole, like, you know, trying to whore out everybody and my riders and throw them all up on a site, and you know what I mean? I just, let's go to work, let's get our shit done, and let's go home and let's start putting in some results, you know? Kind of like just the old school way before this whole social networking thing started.
Well, so what's kind of the normal? Do you just do riding, or do you get them on, you know, like the weights and cycling and eating and the whole? Well,
to be fair, back when I raced, it was more just me riding. I rode a lot. I put a lot of hours on the bike. I felt I didn't really train that much off the bike, which was a bad thing back then. But also, too, I felt like riding the bike was where I needed to be better. So, well, in order to get better was to ride my bike. So literally, that's kind of what I do majorly with my kids. A couple of them that I have that come from out of town or out of country. Some of them I do work with in the gym and put them on, you know, programs and this and that. But primarily it is just at the track for the most part. I'm at a local track 5 days a week. Usually have a couple days designated to working sections, doing drills, things like that, and then a couple days designated to sprints and, you know, motos and whatnot. And then usually not like a fun day thrown in, but kind of mix the two together, do a little bit of section work, a little bit of motos and things like that.
Cool.
Yeah. Always working on, you know, fundamentals and basics, as well as getting them to get quicker and getting them more confident is the biggest thing. More confident any kid gets, the quicker he gets, so, and the more knowledge he knows about himself, so kind of nice. Little things, you know.
So, where do you normally ride at, or do you try to mix it up, or because like Grindstone and is it?
Well, literally Grindstone is about Grindstone, the actual little like camp facility that does training and stuff as well.
Oh, they're
like
a
2 miles down the road. They don't have a track, but their facility is like 2 miles down the road. So, Milestone's open 7 days a week, and then the rest of them are about 5. So it just kind of bounce around between them all. Milestone, Elsinore, Paris, Star West, Glen Helen, and then Competitive Edge. Obviously, back when Paul was around, then we have the Ranch, Kauai, and then I've got a couple tracks that I take my kids into the hills that I used to train and ride at that are just, you know, little goat trails that are rough and don't get prepped and then get no water. Just kind of like you're going to boot camp day.
Nice. Do you ever jump the fence at any of the Kauai track? Yamaha track?
No, none of that. We've got a couple local supercross tracks around here that we can get on, but no cutting any fences. Try to stay out of those things.
Would you get in serious trouble, like, if you, like, say the guys are riding, right, and you just seat hop the fence, you throw, like, 1 or 2 heaters down, and then you just hit the berm and jump back over the fence and then take off?
Well, Yamaha track, you don't even need a key. You can just ride around the fence, to be quite honest. Not very many people know that, but yeah. You can just ride around it and just get on both supercross tracks that they have. The rest of them are locked down like Fort Knox. Jason Lawrence built a lip off of the road that drives up to the Suzuki track, I believe, back in the day. He built a lip off of that and jumped into Honda, did like a 20-lap main while they weren't there, and then jumped the berm out. And that's about the only other thing. But I remember at Suzuki, we'd get there and the fence would be cut constantly. Well, Mark Peters, the track builder guy, track maintenance guy, had to have been just like fixing it so that we didn't see it, pretty much. And yeah, I'd go on there and have to clean up the guy's mess that rode it on the weekend. There's a whole bunch of weekend warriors out there, a bunch of tweakers actually, but yeah, seriously, bunch of tweakers back in the hills, no lie. But kind of then too, you'd get there with a lot of the test tracks are next to a remote control airplane, RC plane little runway. So the ones that got out of frequency would be across over the Suzuki track, and they'd all crash into a million pieces, and you'd see the dude either try to come up and talk to us, or the guy would have to climb the barbed wire fence and get his motor and everything else, what was left of it. So kind of classic.
Nice.
All kinds of fun stuff happens out there.
Literally, it happens all the time. You'd be surprised, man. Cutting fences down and all that stuff, yeah, those guys happens every day.
Well, cool, man. You got
well, obviously, thanks for having me on, guys.
No.
Totally appreciate it. Obviously, looking forward to maybe coming back on. I'll talk to GL, let him know that you guys are up and running and you're not fake.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
We are very real.
Deal.
Just ask Mathis.
Yeah, just ask Mathis. No, don't ask Mathis.
I'd rather leave it off than not. That's fine.
Yeah.
There you go. Sean, I gotta ask you a quick question because something has been bothering me for like 3 years now.
Let's hear it.
I think it was 3 years ago. We're on our way down to Millville for Memorial Day weekend. Big race down there every year. And we blow a couple tires on the motorhome. So we end up calling the number on the back of the AMA card for the free roadside assistance and wait for about an hour and a half for a guy to come and change our tires. In the meantime, we're drinking beer and, probably shouldn't have driven away once our tires were fixed. But anyway, this guy shows up to change our tires and asks us if we race dirt bikes, and we're like, yeah. And he goes, oh, my cousin is Sean Hamlin. And I've always wondered, all right, was that for real or was the guy feeding us bullshit?
Do you remember his name?
I don't know. I don't have a clue what his name was.
And was it in Minnesota or was it in Michigan or in Wisconsin?
It was in Minnesota. We were about a mile from Millville when it happened.
It very well could have been, but I haven't talked to my cousins in forever. And to be dead serious, I want to say one of them's still in jail.
Oh,
so yeah. That's the funny part about the Hamlin family on both sides. I think I was the only one that kept my ass out of it. So
nice.
Yeah, and he graduated high school too. So
he
all
looked
those
like he
little
could have
things.
gone. He looked like he could have done a few stints behind bars. I wouldn't have put that past him.
Yeah, it could have been Kyle or it could have been Curtis. But
yeah,
for the
I
most
don't remember
part,
the dude's name.
Yeah, I mean, my dad actually lives back there right now. He's in Minnesota. He's been back there, since like 03 or 04, I think. Yeah, so we got family kind of spread all around.
Cool.
The other ones have been back there a little bit longer, so yeah.
I guess maybe I should feel bad for saying the guy was
For
full
thinking
of shit.
otherwise?
Yeah, exactly.
It probably was, believe it or not. So there you go.
Awesome.
Send all hate mail to talkinmoto@gmail.com and we will forward it on to Jason.
You go.
That's
exactly.
right.
Oh shoot. Too much, guys.
Cool. All right, Sean. Well, thanks a lot. Yeah, hit up GL and yeah, tell him. I tried hitting him up on Twitter. He said to find him on social media. So, but
All right. Well, obviously, I'll send him. I'll talk shit to him as soon as I get him on the phone.
yeah, you got my number. So if you can certainly give it to him if he wants to give us a call.
Most definitely, man. Well, obviously, thanks for having me on, guys, and enjoy the evening.
We'll do. Awesome.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it, man.
Take care, guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.
That
Did
was
you say cheers?
maybe.
I think you might have said cheers.
I can't do any cheers. My beer is empty.
Oh.
Jeff still with us?
I'm hanging.
You sound tired, my friend.
I've been roofing for 3 days straight, so I'm a little wore out.
Ouch.
Roofing will do that to you.
And it's not like it was nice and cool today.
It's true.
Is it a nice roof?
But honestly, I don't think it's as bad as everybody is bitching about.
It was pretty bad on the roof. I mean, it wasn't the hottest day on earth, but actually toward the evening when I was out there about 5:30 up on the roof, and it wasn't bad at all because the clouds had moved in and there was a little breeze, so
Up on the
it wasn't terrible. I got so sunburnt on Saturday morning, though, that I can barely even move. Maybe it was Sunday morning. Yeah, it might have been Sunday morning. My back is the color of those Moto shirts that I got the other day.
Nice.
It is bright red. That
Nice.
hurt badly.
Well, I'm glad I didn't stop over on Sunday. You would have put me to work.
Yeah, I had a helper, so it was good. We got her all. I got my roof pretty much done, so.
Nice.
I think I'm going to hire the rest of it, though, because just doing the garage, that was too much work for me, so.
Is it, you got a lot of pitches and valleys?
Oh, no, it's the easiest roof in the world. It's just two straight 412 sections. I mean, it's a split-level house, so you got, like, one long section for the main house, and then the garage comes off of it, just another straight, just a regular roof.
I'm just a sticker guy, but the 412, that's the pitch of the roof, right?
Oh, good
Yeah.
job. Good job.
Yep.
I don't
That'd
know.
be the rough one.
I don't know what it is about roofing, but it always, when you start, it's like, oh, this is going to be no problem at all, super easy. And then, like, you're a day and a half into it, and it's like, all right, who do I call to finish this crap for me?
Dude, there's nothing hard about it. It's just so boring. Like, it feels like you put on a million shingles and make it nowhere. You know, because you're only covering like 5 inches by 30 inches. You know, each one you put on there.
Exactly.
So, it isn't too bad, but if you get a few people up there, that's the trick though, is to get like 10 people together.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough bodies up there. That was our problem, but.
Hey,
And this, a low slope roof is a pain because you're bent over the whole time. So.
Yeah.
Well, at least you
Yeah,
don't
I
have to worry
always
about
thought having a steep roof was actually easier.
Yeah, it is. Most of the guys will say like an 8 or a 10 is ideal, even though it's hard to stay up there. You're a little more likely to fall off of it, but your back don't.
Hey, your back's not going to hurt from pounding shingles. It's just going to hurt when you land on the fence.
I felt kind of bad because I had my son up there helping me, and I'm not sure if that's like if child services come take him away since he was 6 years old and up on a roof helping me shingle.
Shit, putting him to work.
I'm not sure if that's like some sort of child abuse.
It's good for him.
Yeah.
I applaud you for doing that.
He was actually a really good helper too. It was awesome. This morning we knocked out a lot of shingling, him and me.
We haven't talked about this yet tonight. For the people in the chat room, actually, and for people listening, we can save you 15%.
Not on car insurance.
Not on car insurance. All you got to do, go check out Clayton Pro Action by FTM. 15% off when you mention Talkin Moto.
That's right.
That easy.
I'm wearing my Pro Action by Fine Tune t-shirt right now.
The orange one or the green one?
I'm wearing the orange one.
Ooh, nice. I like the orange one. Green one, they're
Yeah.
both bright, but I would have gone orange.
Yeah. Oh, I went both.
Well, I need another beer.
Break time.
You guys need to enjoy our beautiful sponsors. Like us on Facebook. Go visit Pro Action by FTM. Which, if
Beautiful.
you click on the header in the chat room, it's going to take you right to his website. Just saying.
Perfect.
Oh boy. Wait for it.
I was waiting.
Hang on. Find something to hang on to.
We'll be right back.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that's been supporting the Talkin Moto podcast. It has been amazing. We have a great group of guys. We have an awesome list of sponsors. So please keep sharing, keep liking, keep spreading the word about the Talkin Moto podcast. And I hope you're enjoying the show. A special thanks to Motokazi.com. Motokazi holds AMA District 23 sanctioned races at both Kellogg and Mankato, as well as hosts the Motokazi Supercross Championship Series, which is all over Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They also have organized practice at Kellogg, Jordan, and at Mankato, as well as offer race schools, so you can get all tuned in on all your riding techniques. Make sure to check out Motokazi.com for more details. We would like to thank Mike from MB1 Suspension. Based out of Corona, California, they offer suspension, engine, and coating services. Please give them a call today at 951-371-5045 or check them out online at mb1suspension.com and make sure to tell them that you heard about them from us on the Talkin Moto podcast. Hey, we got Andy and Chad from the Open Mic. It's a weekly comedy podcast, and they talk about anything and everything, and they usually do. I've been on the podcast a few times, and it is a good time for sure. It's Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central. It's available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. There's more information available online at theopenmicpodcast.com. Pro Action by FTM is one of our many great sponsors. FTM offers support to you, the rider, trackside, so when you need it the most, FTM is there for you. Not only do they offer great suspension work, but they also have many other great bike parts and accessories to help you out on the track. So make sure to check them out today at finetune.com. The Talkin Moto podcast is proud to announce that they've teamed up with Plainview Power Sports. Plainview Power Sports is your Kawasaki motorcycle, ATV, and side-by-side headquarters. Located in Plainview, Minnesota, you can reach them at 507-534-3520 or check them out online at plainview-powersports.com. All right, thanks everyone for listening to us on the Talkin Moto podcast. We really appreciate it. If you can, go on to our website, talkinmoto.com. Support those that are supporting us. Everyone's link is up on the website. We're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud. Everything gets posted up on YouTube. So please give us a like, share, subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying the show. So let's get back to it. All right, guys, welcome back. Talkin Moto podcast presented by ScottKingDesigns.com. I didn't even say that at the beginning. Dang it.
What was that?
I tried to go fast. Just want to go
I was
fast.
talking about the.
Oh, I don't know.
I was watching a show.
Oh.
It was probably me.
All right, so Sean did it. Jason did it. Now it's my turn. Hang on.
You gonna swear?
Hang on. Here we go. Quiet. Did you hear it?
Yours was kind of weak.
Yeah. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna throw this at you. You guys, Jason, are you doing the announcing on Wednesday?
Not officially, no.
Not official. All right. So Jordan's got, it's kind of the big one. It's where all the guys invite their girlfriends and eat cotton candy and crash themselves. Maybe it's changed, but
Crash?
yeah.
There's no crashing.
I felt like a spode one year. I came up like 5 feet short on the triple for some odd reason, and that was ugly. That was
You
ugly.
went so short on the triple that it was really just going long on the double.
Long on the double, hit my head on the handlebars, and fell off the back. It was kind of embarrassing.
I like it.
No. I think that's also the same night how the track kind of comes back across the start. I got a little carried away and spun out a little bit, and then it caught, and then it just freaking yard sailed me. Some days a guy should have just stayed home.
Shouldn't do that.
But
Shouldn't do that. No, I plan on going over there, I think. And, maybe if the mood strikes me, I'll sneak into the tower and try to grab the second mic. But my guess is Dan's not going to allow me to do that. He's probably just going to throw me right out.
cool. So yeah, that's the Scott County Fair. Practice 5:35, racing at 6:30. Do they still have to be done by 10, or is that over with now?
It's 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah.
Silly rules. But what else they got? The Anoka County Fair. That's tomorrow. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock races.
Yep. That's always a good one if you can get out of work in time to get there. That's always the kind of the crappy part about that one is it's always early, but always a nice crowd.
I'm drawing a blank. Where is Anoka?
North.
That was my first guess, was north, on the north side.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't mind going to Toma this weekend, but that's not happening.
No?
No.
You're not going to pile into the Focus and head over there? That can't be too bad a drive for you, can it?
Shit, 2.5 hours. I mean, that's like going to the grocery store for me.
Yeah, exactly. It's closer to you than it is to me.
No, I think we're working all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and not at SKD. That's all I'm saying about that.
Bummer.
Yep.
No, that one's a good time too. You will not find better dirt anywhere than at Toma.
And $1,200 pro purse.
All that too. But they build the track right on the surface where the NPTA does all their tractor pulling, and you don't know what it's like to hook up on a dirt bike until you hook up on that stuff. It is incredible.
So you going?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Unless somebody picks me up.
Jeff, take a break from roofing.
I'm going to be taking a break from roofing, and I'm going to be doing something else, but still construction.
I'm guessing he's going to go up north.
Yeah.
God, what am I, psychic?
Seems that way. I'm going to be up north the next 2 weekends. It's terrible. All I got is work.
Terrible.
And just so you guys know, I highly... What's the opposite of recommend? I do not advise that you cut the tip of your middle finger off with a utility knife.
It's usually ill-advisable.
There you go.
When did you do this?
Oh, I don't know, Saturday. So, good thing I had a fingernail because that slowed the knife down a little bit.
Perfect.
So it didn't go all the way through.
So you cut your finger off. You tried making your forearm into lady bit parts. I don't know. Hey.
Lady bit part.
I've come to the conclusion, I've resigned to the fact that I'm going to get hurt anytime I do anything. And it's not that I'm like bad at the stuff that I do, because I'm not terrible at it, but I'm just very careless with my body. So
But you can still
Like, the thing
crash
on
and
my arm-
absolutely destroy a dirt bike and walk away unscathed.
Well, I can't put a roof on without cutting my finger off.
Exactly.
So
Huh.
the thing on my arm, that's not really my fault. That was kind of me sacrificing my arm to try to save people below me from getting hit with a piece of plywood. But I'm just accident prone, I guess. So it's just the way it is, Scott. You're gonna have to deal with it.
That's fine. That's cool. That's cool. Speaking
Should have
of,
just lopped the whole damn thing off. You don't need it.
I almost wish I would, because now I got this little, I've got half a fingernail hanging there that catches on everything and then rips it open and starts bleeding again.
I know how that goes.
So I don't know how I'm probably not gonna be able to ride till it's healed up because I can hardly use my middle finger.
No. I hear you. I still got one that's kind of growing back after, that was in February, I think, when I damn near lost a finger in a dirt bike crash. They take a long time to come back.
speaking of crashing, did you, Jason? You might not have seen it yet. I saw it out of the corner of my eye because they just went behind the top, not the tower, but what's the proper name for the big building they got down there?
The
Hospitality something?
yeah, I don't know. The cool
sign-up
zone?
building.
Yeah.
The sign-up building works.
Yeah, so yeah, we were on the big hillside over by the Catapult, and 250 Moto 1 takes off, and it gets like half to 3/4 of the way down, and all I see is a front wheel go flying up in the air. I'm like, that is not good. So what was it? Cunningham, Anderson, I think Starling was in there. There was like 3 or 4 guys. And I heard today that
Moto, second moto.
first moto,
Okay.
and because Anderson was way back, because I made the comment to Jeff, because we seen him go by, and he had like, no crossbar pad or something, it was gone. And at the time, that was funny when I saw that. Just an FYI. But anyway, I heard today that he was running around with no front brake,
Oh, really?
which I thought was
You don't need one of those down those hills anyway.
I know. Right? But Chris is the VIP. But yeah, he got it like 11th, which, well, one, for being down in the first turn and waiting a little bit before you get going, to get 11th I think is pretty awesome. But then to, not have a front brake, well, that's not too bad.
I couldn't imagine riding without a front brake there.
Yeah, not good.
On a normal day.
Oh, they don't even show it on the broadcast. I just pulled it up to see if they caught it, but they don't. Oh, hold on.
You can see the tires flipping.
Yeah, just barely. You can see the start of the crash, and then they come back to it, and there's like 16 guys on the ground.
Yep.
There's four or five dirt bikes laying on the ground.
Oh, so yeah, that was pretty cool.
I never even saw that crash. I thought you were lying to me.
No, I was not lying.
Did you guys see Blake Baggett go down? Because that kind of pretty much took him out of the championship.
Well, that and that. Well, I don't want to call it a cheater bike. They sound pretty damn mean, but I heard it blew up after he crashed.
Oh, that's right. That's what they said. They said that they were speculating that maybe the radiator was so full of dirt that it got hot and let go or something. But it looked like he crashed before the camelback or the catapult jump, so it couldn't have been too terrible of a crash.
It actually looked really slow when he went down. I saw that one, and yeah, it didn't look like he hit the ground all that hard or anything.
So he scores no points, and that's got to be what does the point standings look like? Because he moved into second, like 31 points off Jeremy or something. Maybe it was 28 points off Jeremy. But I would imagine Cooper or Christoph is probably in second now.
Oh, jeez. Ugh. Don't get me started.
Did we ever figure out what happened to him on the parade lap?
My Yamaha not work very good. Moto 1. It get stuck in sand whoop.
That's pretty damn good.
I don't. Like, how come no one busts this guy's balls? It's like, you're fast in practice, but then that's it. You know? And it's like, pulls the whole shot. I think it was Moto 1, and hits the catapult, and he's already looking back behind him. Well, I can tell you who's behind you. Everybody else, you know? But, I don't know.
I think maybe it goes back to like what Sean was saying there, where, you know, you race a little bit different overseas, and he's used to just hanging it out in practice and then, you know, take a little easier racing. I don't know.
That would apply maybe on his first year here, but he's been here for so long that
Yeah, but this is his first year back.
yeah, I
Old habits die hard.
I don't know how you can bust his balls too hard. I mean, he's doing better than 37 other guys. So
Don't get mad at me. I'm not busting balls.
no, I know.
I'm just
kind
a
of bagging on
messenger.
Scott.
Oh.
That's what
Well, he
something that
deserves
kind of
it.
bugs me. I think we talked about this a while ago when, like, you know, guys were talking about bagging on guys for not winning or whatever, not riding to their potential. But I mean, I think getting third place is pretty good. I mean, don't you think that Dean Wilson is not riding to his potential right now? I'd rather see someone. You know, he seems like he's more deserving of catching some flack than Porcel. But
No.
I don't know. I think it's a fairly good comeback considering he's been off for 2.5 years. So screw you, Scott.
Whoa. Whoa.
My Yamaha, not so good.
I just want to know what happened on the parade lap, because he rode by, and he went back into the whoops, and he never came out.
Really?
I don't know how he even got back to the line.
Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe
Maybe
should.
he had a cheater line.
I don't know. It was weird. I mean, it's very possible that my mind wasn't right, and I just totally missed him. But, I mean, Scott, you missed him, too.
Yeah, I never saw him go by. But, yeah, because, I don't know, this will paint me as a bad guy, but, like, yeah, Purcell goes out, and then I don't know if one other guy goes out, and then they have the Martins go out together, and obviously everyone's hooting and hollering. And then they get, you know, they let them get out a little bit, and then it's like, then they just opened up the gate and everyone came out. So, yeah, I don't know what he was doing, if he stopped. And now, I don't know, I never saw him go by.
Oh, I never did either, but hard to say.
Oh, well, I lied. Cooper Webb's in second, but it's 43 points back to Cooper. And Baggett is in third. I guess Porcel had that DNF. Baggett's had 2 DNFs now.
Goose eggs.
Man, looking better and better every day for Martin.
Is it really 40? Yeah, 40, 42, 43? Is that what you said?
40, it's 43, yeah.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good points lead, but there's still, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more motos to go. Guy could
Did
lose.
you just have to count that? You couldn't do the math?
There's only 8 more to go.
Well, there's 2 more
Yeah, 4 races.
4 races left.
Wow. Where is this season gone?
And yes, I counted it out. Don't make fun of my disability. Jerk.
Oh, I am. I'm making fun of it.
But, do you hear what happened to Stewie? Second moto?
He got dizzy.
Is that because he's not taking his meds?
I think probably withdrawals of Adderall.
It's unfortunate.
That's what they said. He got like dizzy and faint feeling and pulled off.
Because I thought I heard
That's
something.
not the first time that's happened.
Gotten dizzy?
Yeah.
Maybe he's got some sort of virus, same one that Malcolm's got. Or I don't know.
I don't know.
Malcolm's been dehydrated. Apparently, he was like severe dehydration. How's that happen like during the week? Unless you're beating yourself to death at the test track.
Stick a garden hose in his mouth and tell him to go do his job.
He's a freaking predator. He doesn't get dehydrated. Doesn't he watch any of those movies?
Dude, those movies are older than he is.
And we saw Big James. That had to have been first moto. He did not look happy,
No.
but he was all business.
Yeah.
But do we have a note of who all made it or who all tried for Minnesota guys?
No.
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 You need me to tell-
Sorry.
Well, okay, here we go.
I know I saw Oldenburg running a 450,
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty cool, and he did really good. I think he got 16th in a moto.
Yeah, he was looking good.
At one point, he was ahead of Chad Reed.
They had 81 entries for 450s.
I'm guessing Chad Reed's like, what the hell is this guy doing in front of me? And Mitchell was probably thinking, what the hell am I doing in front of Chad Reed?
Who this clown?
But ooh, I'm gonna butcher people's names, so you guys have to help me. Nate. How do you say his last name?
Conky?
Conky.
Conky.
Spell it out. Sound it out, Scott.
Sound it out. 9 times out of 10, you'll be right.
Oh, come on, Cody Slark on his G-Dog Racing CAMX or CAMX. What does that stand for? Do we know?
It's a gear company.
Yes.
Black Diamond MX / Talkin Moto.
That's right.
Actually, that's not on his list, but we were on the front fender,
Hey, it was on the fender, so we're good.
so that was pretty cool. Who else we got?
What am I trying to see here? For some reason, Pro Motocross results only show the top 25, which is BS.
Yeah, that's why I don't like that.
I think I ended
Oh,
up.
by the way, Mitchell Oldenburg went 16-12 for 13th overall, which was pretty
Awesome.
BA. Christian Craig goes 19-9 for 12th overall.
Yep.
9th place, that's unbelievable for him. He better rethink his retirement.
It was looking pretty stellar.
When Stewart goes 740, Chad Reed goes 14-14, and Christian Craig goes 19-9, you better rethink your retirement. He's too good to be sitting on the couch.
It's got other things to do.
Yeah. Gosh. Oh no. All right, who else we got?
I mean, you're out there winning every race you enter, and you're up on the roof cutting your finger off. So how's that
Yeah.
any different?
Well, that might put a damper on my winning.
Let's see here. So,
This is getting painful, Scott.
why? No, why?
Well,
got-
I'm just going to help you.
Oh, I have Cody Slark,
Yep.
Blake Raskovich,
Yep.
Gavin Cadlick. Is that right?
Yep. Yep.
And Joe Perrin. Joe P getting it done on time.
Joey P.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was ripping in practice. I think the fitness kind of caught up to him as soon as they started racing, but
Perhaps he would benefit from the 20+2.
it's pretty awesome that he was able to get in on time considering the condition the track was in when they started on Saturday morning.
No. Logan Marzon. He's out there.
Lamar.
Nicholas Jackson. Tucker.
Bummer for Logan too. He was looking good until he washed the front end and lost the bike in that consi. I don't know if he would have made it, but he had a good run going anyway.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, only top 4. Boo.
Did you guys see Tom Hahn was back out there?
I did.
That was interesting.
How about Brandon Ream? He was hauling ass. Finished
Well, he's
second in
running
the Conti race. Came back from, I want to say he was in either 8th or 9th at the start. Made his way up towards the front. Finished second in that Conti. That was an impressive ride.
Yeah, because
So,
we were sitting there and we're like, okay, there's Brandon, and like, man, top 4, and then yeah, he wasn't messing around.
No, he was on a move.
I'm looking at the Group B qualifying practice, and Joe Perrin was second fastest out there in the Group B.
Nice.
Who else did we have in there? We had Gavin was out there. You kind of hit all those guys.
It was actually kind of funny. We were standing in the AMA tent while Joe was watching the monitor, and he just kept saying, "I need practice to end right now. I need it to end right now."
So, did those guys have to go through the consi then, I'm assuming? Some of them did?
Yeah.
Did Joe have to?
Joe did not have to.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I was going to say, he looks like he was fast enough to get in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
My dog's barking. I hear it.
oh my gosh.
Of course, we can't forget Zach Williams.
No,
He's
Zach.
regular.
Yeah, he's been getting.
He is.
I see Trevor Lind. I don't know who he is, but and Philip Mouse both tried. I know Philip is a friend of my brother's, or I guess an acquaintance.
I saw Philip.
And Bottleson.
Yep. Can't forget Mike.
Tristan Titus was out there. Tyler Allen. Geez, I haven't heard Tyler Allen in a million years.
Yeah, see,
I did.
the names you're rattling off now, I have no idea.
Did you guys hear about the deal with the Titus family?
I heard their house got broken into or something.
Yeah, they got home to find that their house had been ransacked.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys. Justin Kraft, Jake Loberg, Cole Fellon. Quite a few Minnesota guys out there giving her a go. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of them, but I haven't heard Tyler Allen's name in a long time. Last time I seen him ride was probably when Matt took him out up at Fergus.
Huh.
And I black flag that son of a... And Tyler's mom looked at me with the devil eyes. She was shooting daggers at me.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What happened?
Oh, my little brother and Tyler Allen were out there battling, and Matt came up from behind. I don't remember. Matt squared. He went to the inside, and Tyler squared down into him, and he took Tyler out. And I don't know. I probably cheered because it was Matt, and I wanted him to do good, but I yelled black flag.
Whoa!
I misplaced the L. Black flag, that son of a bitch, and Tyler Allen's mom just gave me the dagger eyes because she was just pissed off that Tyler just got taken. She thought he got taken out, but just a racing incident. I don't know if Matt knows how to take anyone out. He's probably the least dirty rider in the world, so
Probably.
I don't even know if he knows how to ride a dirt bike anymore.
Well, he was riding at Staples, looked, decent, just got tired right away.
Yeah,
Well,
we hooked him up with
I
some.
didn't see him there, so it didn't happen.
We hooked him up with some stickers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're doing a lot of good in the inside of his shed.
Oh, Zach Williams. Shame on you, son. It's been kind of crazy, so I wanted to get Zach on before Millville, but it just didn't work out, so just with work, I completely kind of spaced it off. So I sent him a message this afternoon. I'm like, hey, you want to come on tonight? And He just sent me a message. He says, "Sorry, I'm at Valley Fair tonight."
Oh.
Uh-huh. So it looks like Zach Williams will be on next Monday.
He's not allowed to have fun. What's he thinking?
So
Sean's out there getting stuck in pouring down rain, doing his job, and Zach's off having a good time at Valley Fair.
I know.
Wow, that's what Sean gets for having a Yamaha tattoo.
Yamaha tattoo, working on a Honda. But yeah, we seen Matt and well, it's his wife now. We hooked him up with some Talkin Moto decals. So, which we learned a valuable lesson is we got to get some different stickers because it's tough to tag on the fly with the setup I have works. It works okay, but it's really tough to get in and get out of there without people noticing.
You finally understand my pain.
Sorry, but so we'll work on that. But yeah, I think people were, I had a few people ask us, hey, what's this all about? And a few other buddies I ran into, they're like, well, what is this? And it's like, you jerks, you should know what it is by now. But people that knew about us said that we're doing an okay job, so gotta like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay job.
Just okay.
Yeah. So.
Good times. Good times.
I won't lie, Jason, after I left and I'm driving, I almost called my mom and dad. I was like, I'm not going to make it, and I really wanted to go out on that boat.
Could have done it, man. Could have done it.
I was just like, I'm driving 3 hours in the wrong direction.
Could have had a pork chop and
Another beer.
yep, another beer.
But it was all right. Good times back home too. You guys going? Well, Jason, we need to start a fund and get that clutch fixed, huh?
Oh, we just need to get the parts here. Everything's ordered. It's just got to get it here. Of course, everything else I ordered at the same time that I didn't really care about when it got here is either here or will be here tomorrow, and I haven't heard a damn thing about the clutch yet.
What did you end up getting?
That's a good deal.
Huh?
What kind of clutch did you get? Did you get the Hinson or?
Oh, I don't really want to talk about that.
Oh. Top secret.
Because I had to cheap out on it, so until I get some big time sponsors to help me out.
Come on, Talkin Moto.
We're gonna have to run the stock equipment, I'm afraid.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to think. Where is everyone going this weekend?
I'm guessing everybody's going north if you're going racing.
Yeah.
I believe it's Grantsburg and Mora, maybe? Is that right?
Hell, I don't know.
You said it with more conviction, I believe you. But...
All right, it's Grantsburg and Mora.
Okay.
Whether there's a race at Mora or not, there is now.
$10,000 pro purse at Mora this weekend.
I heard it was 15,000.
Oh.
I don't know where you're getting your info, but
Oh, sweet. Yeah, more Brookston.
oh, you missed the second race there.
Oh?
Brookston's that's a good track.
I missed them all.
Oh, the TT.
Oh, I wish I had the fundage to go to Brookston. That would be a good time.
What happens when I click on this one?
No,
I think this weekend's going to be a Meadow Valley weekend.
wrong with that.
I'll be there.
Go to Meadow on Saturday and go play a little golf on Sunday.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Doesn't it though?
Where are you going golfing?
Probably down at Cannon, I think.
Nice one.
Since they bulldozed my favorite golf course in the area.
Just north of town?
No, up in Egan or Apple Valley or whatever that is up there. Parkview.
Parkview?
Yeah.
Really?
That's a housing development now?
That's what it's turning into as we speak. I drove by there last week and I shed a tear.
Moment of silence. Okay, that's like it.
Yeah, that's plenty. A great plenty. I do have to, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't, but the guy who sang the national anthem this last weekend,
Oh no.
all I can do is shake my head, bro.
It was kind of weird because I'm guessing it was just the valley. There was a really weird echo or delay. Did you notice
Yeah, well,
that?
yeah, there was a weird echo, and I think it was just because of where we were at, but... Jeez.
Is that a fart?
That's someone touched my sunburn.
Oh.
No. That was someone touching my sunburn.
No,
Funny.
that's hot.
I don't know how. I'm not a big fan of guys singing the national anthem. No offense, Jason, but
Whatever, you can feel
I
however
just
you want.
like it needs to be sung by a woman, and I don't know why. Just
Fair
seems
enough.
more appropriate. Like I pictured like the Statue of Liberty singing it.
I wonder how that would sound. She'd try to use the torch as a microphone and end up getting all burned up.
No good.
Duly noted.
Sweet. Man, what else? What else happened over the weekend? We walked all over that place. I don't know what I did with all the stickers. We had a small handful left.
We did? Because I have none.
Yeah, no,
That might have been a little bit of a backfire.
no, because I think you gave a bunch to me, and I had just a small amount left. So we gave a good amount away.
You also learned that you don't take a right on the gravel road if you want to go north.
I think what just made it sting a little bit is just the simple fact that we had to drive right back where we left. You know, if I went to saw the entrance again, I'd have been whatever. But like 20 minutes ago, we were sitting right there.
It might have been a little bit of an error on my part. I get impatient.
That's all good.
I had to wash the van yesterday from our gravel road busting.
Little excursion.
And I got to finally see the town of Millville. I've never actually seen it, so
It's a good time. Good time.
it worked out.
But yeah, that was it. It was weird. It was like we saw a bunch of people, obviously, but like I only saw maybe a handful of guys that I knew, but I saw them like 10 times all day. You know?
Yeah.
But
That's like we're talking about. You run into the same people over and over and over again, and then, it's just like I said. Now today, I'm looking around at the social media stuff, and it's like, that person was there? I never saw him.
yeah.
It's strange.
Yeah, like I told Lee, I was gonna maybe try to meet up with Lee, and I don't know where they were hiding. I'm assuming they made it. They said they were gonna, because it wasn't walk-on was Friday. So, but yeah. So, but no, it was fun, and I think next year we'll have to kind of like this year. Wanted to do a bunch of other stuff and just isn't really working out. But
You need to just schedule a little better.
yeah, I think we need to try to come up on Friday and maybe do Friday, Saturday, and then hang out and then watch a little on Sunday and then take off. But
Woohoo!
that's it. That's all I got, boys. Crickets?
Jason, did you notice me this morning?
I heard you.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you knew I was there or not.
I heard you because I was like, why the hell is he here so early?
Shit, I was there at 5:45 this morning.
I was like, why is he here so early? And then I was like, why is he here at all? I'm pretty sure he's off this week.
No, I'm just off. It's just off that day.
Oh.
I'll be there
That's it?
tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you were taking the week off.
No, I was gonna take this week off, but I've got a meeting tomorrow in St. Paul, so I figured I'd take
Oh,
this week off.
seriously?
Yeah.
I could have saved a stamp.
Oh, yep. I gotta go to the GO tomorrow.
Wish I would have known that.
Oh, dude, we gotta hit up the GoPro guy.
What did you have to send there? We have a mail machine at work, you know.
I know, but I was at home, and it's like, this
Oh.
needs to be there by Wednesday, so I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to throw it in the mailbox.
Huh.
You have to realize where I came from. If you use the company mail, the person you're sending it to might see it in 3 weeks.
Well, the company mail for us consists of you putting an electronic stamp on it and then walking it out to the mailbox and putting it in there, so
Oh.
there's
Well,
no one to do it for you. It's just you don't have to put your own stamp on there.
either way, it's done. I hope. It wasn't in the mailbox when I got home, so
Your neighbor
Oh.
stole it.
hopefully it makes it up there by Wednesday, or I'm going to be going on Minnesota Care.
I'm not laughing.
I'm laughing.
I have the nastiest finger on earth right now.
I want to see a picture.
I'm about to try to take one. I haven't had the bandage off much at all because I've been working, so I've had it covered up.
That's hot.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, you gotta get on the GoPro thing there, Scott.
Yeah. I won't say who I was shot down by, but it was kind of cool because it's like, all right, I got rejected once. Now I know how it feels.
Now you're over that first rejection, and
Yep. And we'll just keep moving forward. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's worst they can say is no, and if it happened, then maybe something cool. So never know. So yeah, I'll fill all that out and see what happens, and I think it'd be cool to either do a giveaway or even if it's just a discount, I think is cool too.
yeah, what the hell?
So
Anything's better than nothing.
yep. But all right, boys, you got anything else?
Pair of choppers.
Millville's over. I don't know what they're gonna talk about next week. Who's got the home race? The 7 deuce deuce. He's probably gonna win. That's his turf, I think.
Think so? I don't think he's probably gonna win.
Yep. Stamp it. Gonna win.
Is there a Walmart nearby? Because he needs a place to park.
But but yeah, I don't know. I think the whole kind of the Martin thing I think was kind of blown up a little bit, but did pretty good. Like I said, I think Dungy getting second obviously didn't win, but I think that's still pretty good. Gained a little bit on Roxon, but
Yeah,
I think we gotta wait and see what Roxon does at the end here. He's gonna make it. Think he'll make it?
I don't know, man. I don't feel educated enough to make any kind of prediction.
Oh, be fine.
Roxon's got him covered.
Roxon's got him covered. I don't know. But, alright guys, yeah, next week. Next week is Loretta's.
Loretta's.
Oh, I was going to touch on that. Interesting little write-up on Verb Moto today about 5 things to do other than ride dirt bikes at Loretta's.
What do we
Thought
do?
it was kind of, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't be telling people to do that kind of stuff, but whatever.
Now I'm interested.
it was pretty interesting.
Alright, I'll have to go check that out. Yeah, because there's a pretty good list of guys that are coming on, or coming from Minnesota that are going down, and ladies. So, yeah, we'll have to run down that list maybe next week. I'm not quite sure. I think Chris Aldridge might be coming on next week. So, no Minnesota ties, but the dude rips. So, I think he's going to be the guy to beat next week. So,
Wow, listen to that prediction.
yep. I said it, which pretty much is a guarantee deal, so. Right?
And speaking of Loretta's, I got my card today from Rocky Mountain. That was nice of them.
Sorry, man.
What is this?
Oh, you get a little, you know, a little thank you for participating, basically. It's a little gift card from them. Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
And then you've already spent it, right?
makes you feel appreciated. No, I haven't spent it because the discount from the other place is still better. Oh, that's not near as bad as I wanted it to be.
It's a bad picture.
Hmm.
It was fine. Like today, it felt fine, and then I was doing something with the couch. I was like picking some mail up off the couch, and the fabric of the couch caught the fingernail, that the portion that's like cut and snagging up, and it pulled the whole thing open, like a book basically. So all the healing that had taken place over the last 2 days was undone in one fell swoop.
That's usually how it goes.
I bled all over my white couch, and yeah, it's very painful. And you know how, like, the skin underneath your nails is like super sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
So it really, like, I can't even hardly run water over it. It hurts so bad. So,
I understand.
You want a little cheese with that wine?
ugh, I do. I want some cheese right now.
I like cheese.
I think I'm gonna go have a cheese quesadilla now, you jerk.
I don't really want any wine, so if we can skip the wine and just have cheese, I'm cool with it.
Shoot. All right, boys. I'm pulling the plug. We're out of here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Why are these people wearing shoes?
Why are we always holding on?
We gotta get some
I don't know.
handlebars.
We're always hanging on to something.